Welcome back to another episode of Buzzworthy Businesses, where we highlight leaders in our community and around town who are making a big impact both locally and nationwide. I'm Morgan Yonge, and today I'm joined by Rob Stewart and Leah Ware with Sky Title. Thank you guys so much for joining.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. So tell me about Sky Title and what makes you guys unique.
Well, I got started in the title business about 12 years ago. Was in real estate prior to that. So when we started Sky Title, I really wanted to create a company that helped our customers, so helped our realtors and buyers and sellers. Having been in that industry before, I saw a lot of people wanted to brag about how good they were, how big their office was, and I was like, no, we need to build a better company. So I was like, we're going to build a safe, secure company. That's what people want. And I found out really quick what they want is easy. They expect it to be safe and secure. So we really try to listen to what realtors want, what buyers and sellers want. And there's 1,000 things that could go wrong in a real estate transaction. Yeah. And ask any realtor, and they've got a story for you. It's like, okay, we hear those stories. We want to try to make that easier. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what we're doing with Sky Title, is trying to make a company that's built really well, but our approach to customers is make it easy for them. Beautiful.
And as a prior realtor myself, one that got chewed up and spit right out of the business, I was in for 2 years, and it was brutal. Those closings sometimes, you get a day before the closing table and a deal can just fall through the cracks.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for what you're doing. I'm sure you're saving deals left and right. But how do you make it easy for these buyers, sellers, and agents?
Well, some of the things is, like we have a closing on Friday, and the buyer calls me and says, I can't make it there on Friday. I'm in Georgia for work. Like, what are we going to do? We own eclosing.com, so it's like, no worries. You can do an e-closing. So there's a lot of different problems that could pop up. People are always wondering about when can we move into the house, when is the inspection due, all these issues that pop up. We listen to them, and if there's something we can do to simplify that, we will. And so like you even said, the day before closing, it's like, let's try not to get people their cash to close figures on the day of closing. Then they're scrambling around to get their money to close. How about getting that to them a few days before closing? So some of it sounds simple and obvious, but it's not always common in the industry.
Yeah, it's true. And a lot of people don't know what the clients really need.
Right.
And so you said you've done a lot of research on this. Dive a little bit into that. Like, how did you come up with exactly what the clients need and the processes to make it so easy for them?
Mostly asking. And I love a 5-star review, but I ask people, even if it's not a perfect transaction, because that's when you really learn is where could we improve. And some people find it really hard to take criticism. For me, it's like, I'm not going to get better until I hear what I did wrong. And they're like, well, I wish you would have told me this. And you hear that a second time. I wish you told me this. I'm like, hey, customers want to hear this. So I tell my team, listen, customers want to hear this. They need to know this piece of information earlier in the transaction. Or people are like, this one realtor told me, said, I'm not going to use you. I said, why? He said, because you email me. I'm like, what? He says, I like the phone. I like phone calls. I was like, if I promise not to email you, will you send me work? He said, yes. I hung up. I told my whole team, I won't say the guy's name on air, but I said, if this guy sends us a deal, do not email him. Yeah. So he sent us a deal. We called him. Now he sends us all his work. So it's like, I could say, well, that's stupid. Email's better. But if he says, I want a phone call, we're going to call him. Mm-hmm. So a lot of it is just easy, but you got to listen. You got to hear what people want, deliver that.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of real estate is about relationships. And
Totally.
So that's why Leah's here, the queen of relationships.
Amazing.
Oh,
That's
thank
it.
you.
Tell me what it's been like working with these realtors and lenders and how you've helped streamline the process for them and build those deeper relationships.
Yes, the biggest thing is networking, is finding out those realtors that are willing and able. I have wonderful support from Rob, so I'm able to do a lot of networking and meeting those realtors. And like Rob said, it's about the relationships, and it's about being comfortable and being safe and secure, and let them know that you're there for them. And so I do a lot of listening. I don't do a lot of talking. I do a lot of listening. And it's been really well so far. Mm-hmm. We have grown in Jacksonville a little faster than what we anticipated. Mm-hmm. And I have to just say the best part is talking, listening, and just the communication overall. We do a lot of fraud and safety, because of what we've heard and what works and what doesn't work. And so being in this atmosphere of realtors and trying to explain to them how well we are, the relationship is what takes it to another level every time.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys are #1 in, is it Lake City?
Lake City, that's where we started.
That's amazing. So top title company in Lake City and growing here in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So very exciting.
We're very excited.
Is on the horizon for you this year? What are some of your goals?
Well, like Leah said, we want to meet a lot more realtors here. We work with a lot of them so far, but we want to meet some more. And Leah's really good at that networking. I'm kind of a behind-the-scenes process guy, and she is amazing working with people, finding new people, telling them what we can offer them. You know, what's your setup? How can we work with you? So we're excited to see that side of our business grow.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
No, we appreciate your time.
Yes. And we'll have all your information on Daily News Network.
Cool. We'll check it out.
Yeah. Viewers, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Buzzworthy Businesses. If you want more information about Sky Title, you know where to find it down in the show notes. And we will see you in the next episode of Buzzworthy Businesses.